Well, who else got drafted?
Oh, the supplemental pick. Well, that was Raw, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, it certainly was. I wish they'd have had a little Vaseline. It would have made it easier to take.
And I'll find out who won that main event match shortly. Here are the supplemental picks, Jim.
The America is dying to know. I bet you the Usos had something to do with it.
These were revealed. I believe the Usos did run in. And then the usual stuff. I do remember that now. See, it's not like I didn't watch it. I watched it, and I just don't remember. But as soon as you brought up the Usos, I remembered a little bit. These supplemental picks were announced on Raw Talk, which airs immediately after Raw on WWE social media.
Wait a minute. Airs on WWE social media. What does that mean?
And streaming platforms. It does say that here.
And okay, what if I wanted to watch, what do they call it? WWE after
Raw Talk.
After talk, Raw Talk. Tell me verbally exactly where to go to see that program right now.
I've never watched that program. I would assume based on this description, you could probably see it on Peacock, perhaps on YouTube at some point, maybe clips of it on
Twitter
and Facebook, Pornhub, dare I say? I really don't know. But let's go to these supplemental picks.
All right.
Drafted by Raw, where he'll be staying, Akira Tozawa. Also remaining on Raw, Dana Brooke. Raw picks up a big one from SmackDown, Emma. Coming to Raw.
Emmeline, prettiest girl I ever seen. Oh, hot chocolate.
Leaving NXT for SmackDown will be Grayson Waller.
Oh, joy.
Also leaving NXT, but going to Raw, a faction I'm not too aware of, Indus Sher, comprised of Jinder Mahal, Sangha, and Veer Mahan.
What is their team name?
I don't know if I'm pronouncing this correctly. Indus Sher. Indus, and then the next word is Sher. Sher. Like John Scher, but Sher.
Sure.
All right.
Sure. So who are these people?
Jinder Mahal, who was a former world champion.
Veer McMahon.
Veer Mahan.
And Jinder Mahal.
Jinder Mahal.
And who?
Sangha.
Is he the guy that has the coffee?
That's Sanka.
Oh.
That's Sanka. You're getting Sanka and Sangha confused.
I love the Sangha about the... See, it doesn't work.
All right, well, let me go back to this list.
The manga and the Jenga and the Panga. All right.
Staying on Raw, Johnny Gargano.
Oh, boy. Well, now that puts my mind at rest. I was afraid he'd be off television where I didn't have to see him anymore.
Leaving SmackDown for Raw, Los Lotharios, Angel and Humberto. Remaining on Raw, going nowhere, Nikki Cross.
Talk about going nowhere.
Leaving NXT for Raw, he's on an Odyssey Jones.
Oh, you know what?
That was the guy you were raving about.
Where the fuck? Well, I guess he's been on NXT that we gave up watching, but I actually want to see if he's improved. He's a big guy. He had all kinds of personality. He could move around. I'm interested in seeing something of that.
He will be on Raw.
I'm not interested in seeing much of that, but I'll hold my nose for Odyssey Jones.
Also remaining on Raw, Piper Niven. Moving from SmackDown to Raw, Riddick Moss. Not Madcap, Riddick Moss.
That's a step in the right direction.
From Raw to SmackDown goes Tamina.
Is she really that Mina?
We'll go from SmackDown to Raw. She's a Mina. And I can't do it, I guess.
Yeah, it's got to be singer. About the moon and the June and the Springer.
Tamina is so Mina. And yeah, it doesn't work.
Tamina is so Mina. Have you seen her?
All right, well, going from SmackDown to Raw will be Tegan Nox. Also, Xia Li.
Well, good for them.
The following wrestlers, Jim, were declared free agents on Raw Talk. Elias has been declared a free agent. He's allowed to appear on any show.
I think from direct rules from The Office, he's not allowed to appear really on any show. They have buried him lately.
Going now a free agent, Zion Quinn from NXT.
Boy, he's got the problem that Fatu had in 1997. They got too many Samoans.
Is that, I don't know who Zion Quinn is. I haven't seen. He's an Australian. It says here he's an Australian professional wrestler and former rugby player.
He looked Samoan to me.
Well, we'll see what the Australians think about that. Also declared free agents, Cedric Alexander and Shelton Benjamin.
I mean, at this point, it's just ridiculous. And I mean, I'm not trying to be Cedric's press agent. I think he's talented also, but Shelton Benjamin, what the fuck? This guy is still, he looks like he hasn't aged a day in 20 years. He's one of the most athletic people they've ever had on the roster. He's a tremendous worker. He's never going to have a fucking anything go on where he's got a personal problem or makes the company look bad or gets any kind of the wrong kind of headlines. And they bring him back and just treat him like shit. And just, the other day, he and Cedric did a job in 2 minutes for who dat. They didn't even get an entrance. I don't understand why they're even bothering. He's a talent, and he can still go. What is he now? Not even to his mid-40s, I don't think. And look at the shape he's in, and always has been in.
47.
Well, good. Okay, good Lord then. Well, and then even better. He's been in the same shape for the past 25 fucking years. One of the, and almost everybody that's ever worked with him in any capacity, both as opponents, as trainers, as whatever, said he's probably one of the most athletic people that's ever been in the company, and is never an issue, and can do everything. And I mean, look at the rest of the field, and you can't figure out a way to use Shelton Benjamin better than you are with the rest of these numb nuts out there tripping all over themselves and falling all over their balls. Anyway, that's just a fucking editorial from me. So who else? Are you even there?
I was on mute. Sorry about that.
Oh, okay.
So Cedric and Shelton are now free agents. So is MVP and Omos. So we'll see if anything is done there in the future.
Well, and we mentioned that the other day, and that they don't want to put Omos on the same show all the time. People get tired of him, as they already probably are. At least this way he can bop around where they see fit.
The final two free agents, the first one already announced, Brock Lesnar. And the second one, the final free agent, Baron Corbin.
Like I said, they have a reason for a couple. With Brock, he's going to show up sparingly. They don't want to paint themselves in a corner. They can put him wherever. With almost for the reason we just said. For most everybody else, it's because they're just using them as jobbers anyway, and they can just go and get beat by whoever the fuck that, needs to beat them. And so the free agents are, normally in sports, the free agents are the big stars, right?
Well, no, anyone can be a free agent. There are plenty of people.
You just hear about all the big time free agents.
Well, the big time free agents get the big time contracts.
Yeah, well, these free agents get the big time jobs.